All right, good evening, Pink Power. Eilers-Heffner here. I'm a senior Ruby ambassador, and I'm so excited to be coming to you for our Monday night call. And I really want to talk to you about some basic things that no matter where you're at in your business, if you're starting, if you've been doing this a while, that you can totally still benefit from hearing this. So I hope you have a couple pieces of paper and a pen. You can write down a few notes. I find this to be very helpful when I can jot things down that I hear or love, and so I encourage you all to do that as well. My team has been in momentum for about the last 18 months, just pretty steady growth, and it's been so amazing to see that. And there's no end in sight. And so I was thinking, you know, what can I really talk about that will be beneficial to all of you? And just some basic principles about being coachable, about engaging, and about applying what we learn every day when we're working our business and taking our personal growth time and really applying that to each and every day and person that we talk to and come in contact with. And that's within Plexus and without, you know. So that is really cool. In this business, I don't think that we'll ever be to a point where we can say, I can't learn another thing about how I could be a better communicator with my team, or that I could reach out better, or that I could give a better speech or team call. You know, we're always wanting to do more and learn more and be more so that we can help more people. And so I think that this journey is it is a journey. It isn't an end. It isn't a single race. It's a marathon that keeps going, and that we get to embark on that and enjoy each and every step along the way. So, you know, when we think about, oh, I'm just going to post about some Plexus and all my friends are going to be messaging me and calling me and saying, hey, I want that. I want to do what you're doing and I want some Plexus. And so sign me up. And yes, we do have people that come to us. Absolutely. But for the most part, we are the ones that need to be educating and layering exposure and doing the work in order to help people see what we see and know what we know. And, you know, just like a sports team, a football team, they do hours and hours of practice in order to get ready for their games and their competitions. And even high school athletes put in hours and hours and hours to train. And we get to do that. We have that opportunity in front of us. And, you know, even like doctors don't go to school for 2 semesters and then come out and go perform brain surgery. They have so much to learn, and they invest 10 years sometimes and hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to then go on to practice medicine safely with the knowledge that they need. I have an undergrad degree, I have a bachelor's degree, and a doctorate degree. And it was a lot of work to get there. You know, I wanted to be a PT and I went and shadowed some PTs. Well, that doesn't mean that I went and shadowed some PTs in high school and could just go out and do the job. I really had to learn and practice and have that continual growth in order to then take that into a practice and still have mentors at my workplace to continue to help me along that journey, you know, because there's always something out there in the medical field that is going to be new and unfamiliar. You know, I still have diagnoses that I run into and I'm like, oh, I got to look that one up, you know. So we never really arrive in our learning journey, and especially in this journey. And it takes 10,000 hours of practice in order to be considered an expert in anything. So the fantastic news about what we're doing here with network marketing is that we can learn and earn as we grow. And that is so, so true. And we have such an amazing team right here in Pink Power. We have so much support with our uplines and our sidelines and our amazing diamonds and our jewels up ahead of us, and that we can really depend on them also for their knowledge, all the videos that are available to us, all of the resources, Pink Powerful training. these calls, book club, there's so much at our fingertips, and we can share and invite people in to learn with us. And that is amazing. That doesn't happen in med school or PT school or any other degree, you know, that doesn't happen. It's a more of an individual journey. So I really, really, really love that we can do that. When Eric Worre, so I was referring to this book a little bit when I was preparing, and he said that when I made the decision to go pro, everything changed for me. I stopped focusing on luck, timing, positioning, and shortcuts. I even stopped focusing on the money. My world changed when I started focusing on the skills and made the commitment to practice, practice, practice until I mastered them. That is what it is all about. That is huge. And the other nice thing is that we're talking to our friends and our family of people that we know and that love us. And so if we send the wrong video or we say something kind of silly in a chat or something, they're forgiving and they're going to know us. And so it's good that we have those people that we get to practice on, because they're forgiving and it's not the end of the world. It's network marketing. There aren't emergencies, but it's still this amazing opportunity that is so important to continue to go after. So when the other thing that I was thinking of too is that, you know, when I have a PT student that I'm mentoring, that I'm giving that clinical experience to, it's really important that I tailor what they need to learn. So some students can I work in a hospital setting. So some students can jump right in there and they don't mind like the IVs and the different medical equipment and the monitors. It doesn't bother them. And so they can jump right in there and just work with the patient, and they can figure out the puzzle of where to put the equipment to get to the patient safely and all of that. And other students need a lot more help with that skill of figuring out where to move things around. And so I, as an instructor, my job is to assess where they're at, assess their knowledge of the medical piece of therapy in a hospital setting, and then come up with how they can also assess the patient and make a treatment plan, right? So kind of think of that in our terms. We're talking to people, we're seeing what their goals are, we're helping our downlines do this. So I'm helping my team help others figure out their goals and what the best products and fit for them is going to be, right? And so some people need more and less training in this, and it's our job to help them and to see what they need and work with them on those things. And then it's also our job to listen to those above us and get that input and run with it too, and be held accountable by that. So yeah, you know, it isn't something that every person that's had this same exposure is going to be at that same level, because we want to help them. You know, some people on my team I help in different ways than others, and that's okay. That's my job as their upline. So if you're having trouble figuring out what it is that you do need to focus on, if you're floundering, if you're frustrated, then it's your job to go to your upline and say, hey, I'm really having trouble figuring out what to send in a message. This person commented on my Plexus post, or hey, my friend so-and-so is having migraines and I'd really like to help her. Can you help me figure out what it is to send? But if you're not asking those questions, then your upline can't help you, you know? It's really, really important that you're bringing those questions to them and asking for help with that. So we should be talking to our business builders like once a week on the phone and in the messenger and chatting like every day, every other day. You know, maybe on the weekends things kind of slow down, but we definitely want to be talking in close communication with our business builders. And I can't even tell you how important that is and how much that's helped my team grow. So that is really, really cool. This is about engaging. It's about engaging with our uplines. It's about engaging with our downlines and our prospects. It's about really, truly connecting. And that really comes through personal relationship. I love talking to prospects on the phone because I can really get a better feel for, hey, what are you thinking? What are your questions? You know, like really, really talking to them and getting a good history out of them. I have a friend who had tons of medical stuff go on, and so she was really afraid to try a new product. And so if I wouldn't have pieced that together so well, had I not gotten on the phone with her. So that is super important. Asking lots of questions. I still ask my uplines lots of questions. I still ask for feedback. I still send screenshots and say, hey, you know, this person just all of a sudden quit talking back to me. I don't know what happened. And I send what I've been talking to them with and say, do you have any feedback for me? What else could I have done or said? You know, how can I learn from this? And so it's really important to not be silent, but to definitely be talking a lot with your people. And also important to talk with your people that you're helping get started on the products, helping them through detox, really, really helping them and reminding them, like, you've made this investment in yourself. These products aren't a quick fix. We're here to help you. I'm here to help you. Let me and my upline help you, my friend. You know, say upline in those chats, but hey, let me get Elizabeth in here because she's done this longer than I have, and we can figure this out for you. And I've had people that quit responding. I call them on the phone until they answer. I'm like, no, you can't quit. I know that you'll feel better and I know you need this. And I call them, hey, I think you might be detoxing because you're not responding in Messenger, and I really want to help you and let you know that detox is normal and it's good because it's healing your body. Have you ever taken a vitamin before that's actually made you feel any differently and go through a detox? Because this is, you know, actually a really positive sign. Let me send some stuff to your Messenger. And guess what? They answer. They get in the Messenger, they start talking again. And so that's good. So definitely engaging. That is a very uncommon situation to have happen where people just boom, detox and quit talking, but it does happen because they think something's wrong. But also just continuing to be in contact on their Facebook posts. I love that you went ice skating with your kids. That's so awesome. How was it? You know, wow, it's in your backyard. You know, hey, that's cool. So definitely talking to your people on their walls, engaging with them as a friend, because you don't want to just get them signed up and then quit being their friend on Facebook, right? You still want to be that presence and have that relationship there. As well as on the phone or hanging out in person, however you normally do too, is really, really good. Even our people that are up to gold level with us, or senior gold or ruby or senior ruby, they're still our friends, and we're still going to engage with them and talk to them on Facebook and Messenger. However, Christmas parties, we do a local Christmas party with my local team. That's super fun. We get together. You know, it's more than just, hey, let's do this business together, but hey, let's actually share our families together too. Let the kids get together and run around and play and do those things as well. So that is really fun. I've also done like connecting calls on Zoom just to get together with people, kind of talk for a little bit in the evenings on a Zoom for people that live far away. And then I'm a good phone talker. And so I try to use my car time well and do that. So definitely still talking and being in communication. Book club and team calls are also a great way to engage. And this is something where you really want to not just say, well, I was on team call on Monday, but definitely thinking about what you're hearing, how you can put that into practice, and as well as who on your team is going to need to hear that too. Who isn't on team call and needed to be, or needs to listen to the recording, or I know some people have weird work schedules and things, and so making sure that they're getting into the team call information as well is super important. Getting into the books, highlighting, post-it notes, whatever it is you need to do to be engaging. I like to write notes right in my planner where I'm keeping track of my IPA, things that really stand out to me. I put them right in there because when we write things down, we remember them better. And so this is huge. So I also wanted to talk about being coachable. And this goes right along with being engaging with your upline, with your coach or your sponsor. And that is that, you know, when your sponsor tags you in a video, watch the video. Like if it takes a week to watch the video, that's fine. You know, we know that there's a lot of videos out there, but watch them and, you know, put a little like next to that and make sure you're tagging your people, because that at least acknowledges that you got the tag. And I mean, I'm the first to admit I've missed tags before just in all of the notifications. And so my sponsor will tag me again. And that's okay. You know, she's like, oh, she didn't like this tag. Maybe she missed this one. Let me try again. Okay, great. You know, Facebook just changed recently how when you go to save a post or save a video, you can give it a category, which is amazing and super organizing and super awesome, because then you can go back and find it really easily. And so that is really a huge thing. And then sometimes you can even copy and paste the link if it's a YouTube link or whatever into like a Word doc or a notes doc or something on your phone too, if you wanted to, and have a running list of videos you need to go back and watch. So I like that a lot. And it's, you know, it's like when I tell my kids, pick up your coat and go hang it up. If they're just going about their business, I have no idea if they heard me. And then it's like, okay, now I have to go over there or yell across the room, which, you know, we don't want to do. Go over there. Hey, did you hear me? I need you to pick up your coat. If that child says, okay, mama, I got it, then I know they heard me and they're going to do it as soon as they're done, you know, putting that Lego together or whatever. But if they're just flat out not acknowledging that, then I feel like, did they hear me? Are they ignoring me? Are they just too focused on something else? Do they not think they have time to do that right now? Whatever the case may be, I'm having these thoughts. So it's so important when you get a tag, hit like that you got the tag, and that should help and get your people tagging too. If you missed something, then ask, hey, you tagged me in a video last week, but I think I lost which one it was. Can you remind me which one I was supposed to be watching? Or, you know, we talked about this on our call, but I'm having trouble remembering those details. Can we go over that again? You know, don't feel that you can't ask the same question over, because that's why we're here. That's why we're here to help and continue to talk about this information with you until it's second nature for you. Yes. And then just like when we're working out or, you know, using a trainer or a DVD to give us the workout, you can't just put the video on of have the trainer sit there and say, okay, I want you to do 20 burpees. I want you to do a sprint, and I want you to do your ab workout, whatever. So if you just stand there and don't actually do those things, you're not actually working out. You're not going to get the results you're looking for, right? You're going to be the same. Or if he says, I want you to do 20 burpees and 6 push-ups and these other 10 wall sits or whatever, and you get on the treadmill and walk at a really slow pace, you're not going to hit that same goal that your trainer has set up for you. You know, you've said specifically what your goals are. So those activities and exercises that he's giving to you are to meet a specific goal. When I have a patient in physical therapy, I might be doing some crazy exercises and this patient's thinking, hey, I just want to reach up into my cupboard and get the soup down. Well, yeah, then that's my job as their trainer in that situation to educate them. This is why we're doing this exercise, is so when you're home and you need to reach up into a cupboard, you're not going to fall over because the side of your body is weak. We need to get it strong again, or whatever the case may be. That is a very simple example, but you know, in therapy, sometimes it looks a little crazy, some of these exercises that we do, or, you know, just a lot of walking. Well, walking is so, so important for people to get better in the hospital setting. And it's amazing how much being in a bed will take out of them. So I'm going to go for a walk. We're going to do our exercise. Everything is tailored to that person. In the outpatient world of physical therapy, everything is tailored to that specific person's surgery, recovery, weaknesses, where their muscles are tight, where the muscles are weak. So that's why you go to school for forever, is figuring out all of those very fine details that have to be addressed and knowing the entire body and a lot of medical information. So anyway, so we aren't just here telling you to watch a certain video or to get on the team call or to do this or that, just because we're not doing that for our benefit. We're doing that because it's in alignment with the goals that you have told us are your goals, or, you know, your why. Your why is to get home with your kids. Your why is to not have to go back to work. Your why is to have more babies so you and be able to be home with them. Okay, then let's work towards these things. So when I ask you, hey, let's watch this video. Let me know what your greatest takeaways are. It's not because I'm just saying it. It's because that's in alignment with the goals that you have set for yourself. And just like an athlete, you have to show up for practice. You have to show up and work out in order to meet the goal. If you don't show up to practice, your coach is going to put you on the bench. You're not going to be participating in the game because you haven't put in the work in order to get there. And it's nothing personal. It is this is how these things work. We practice, we put in the time, and then we play the game. A manager at work, I get an email that says, this is when our staff meeting is. I don't get a reminder. I don't get a text and a page and a handshake and a personal invite. It's in an email that I'm expected to look at and attend the meeting. End of story. That is it. So we are professionals here, and that's kind of the same mentality that we have to have. But I'm not your boss. You're your own boss. And so this is where you have the freedom to set up your own staff meetings. But the point is you need to attend the staff meeting. You need to attend and do the work. You know, that's just so, so, so important. When you're upline, your sponsor is giving you feedback. Maybe it is just practical advice to go along with your goals that you have set. So, you know, if you're posting about McDonald's or some crazy Super Bowl food that you just ate, make it creative with a block or something, because it doesn't always line up with our brand if we're talking about unhealthy things when we're trying to promote health and wellness. So do we eat occasional things like that because we are on the run and we have 12 kids and all of those things? Yeah, probably at some point there are some exceptions, but it doesn't mean that we post it all over Facebook necessarily. I think Cody did a post demonstration of like how to post nicely about block, about like a pizza in the block, and, you know, like a not so nice looking picture and then a really nice looking picture. And that's so true. Like, you know what, fine. Hey, life happened, so I'm going to use my block and have a nice picture, or just don't post about it. Jennifer Leith said in one of her videos or something I watched her in, and she said, you don't drive the Plexus Lexus through the McDonald's drive-through, you take the minivan. So I thought that was hilarious and very, very good. So anyway, when we are, you know, saying, hey, this post on here, the language came across a little harsh, in my opinion, you might consider changing it. It's not because we're coming down on you. It's because we want what's best for you, because you've decided that your brand is a Christian woman or a Christian mama or this or that. And so let's make sure that our things line up to that too, you know? Yes. And this is just another opportunity to learn and grow, you know? If I am talking sassy to a patient, I'm probably going to get called into my manager's office. And so can I deny it? Probably not. I can move forward and say that I've learned from that. So it's not a normal thing at all, but just as an example, like if we have a conversation that doesn't go super awesome with a coworker or something, and it gets dealt with because we're supposed to move on professionally, and that's okay. So if your sponsor's inviting you to the IPA chat, hey, get in this IPA chat. I'd love for you to get your products paid. I'd love for you to meet your goal of going to gold. I would love for this or this to happen. Get in there. It might be a little uncomfortable the first few times that you do it. It might be a little like, I have to post on Facebook. What? I have to talk to people. Yes, because that is what you said your goal is. And the IPA chat is just commit to it. Just commit to it. Just say, before I go to bed, I'm going to have this done. So I set business hours for myself when my kids are at school. If that's not working because of an appointment or this or that, then I get up early and I work on it. Or I stay up late after they're in bed. It's something that I find important and I do it. There is no excuse. isn't. It's a great opportunity to use it as a stretch for yourself, a stretch goal, a stretch opportunity. You know, there's a reason that you're on this call tonight, and that is because you have a goal, because you want to learn, because you want to help others, because you want to grow your health and wellness business. So these things are the things that all of these jewels have done before us and have been successful with. And so we get to have that opportunity to work with our sponsor and continue along that same journey. So yes, we are going to reach out. We're going to follow up. We're going to do the things. If you need more help on what the IPA stuff is, please get with your sponsor. Please get into the chat. It's a new month. It's a great opportunity and perfect timing to do that. So, okay, you're not going to know what to say and do if you're not engaging and learning now. So as your team grows, you're going to want to be able to know, like, oh, they're dealing with this situation. I remember when I heard about that on a video. So let me go find that video and get them back into that. Or, oh, okay, let's talk about this. This is something that you could do, or this is something that you could do. You know, it's important that if you have one person on your team right now, or maybe you're gold, or maybe you're halfway to gold, and you're thinking, well, why would I need to do all of these things? Well, because someday you're going to be a senior Ruby, and you're going to need to know how to help these other people through these situations. So take the time to learn it now so that when it comes up later, you'll already have those skills in the back of your mind to bring them out. So, okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was the Get Over Yourself book by Rami Newstead. And I loved what she had to say in here. So she says, I am being coachable, but nothing is happening. I'm sure you think you're being coachable, and you may in fact really be trying to be coachable. But if you were 100% coachable, you'd be seeing success. Are you really talking to enough people? Are you leading to the business and defaulting to the products? Are you hiding behind email and texting to talk to your network? Or are you picking up the phone like you've been coached to do? Are you being consistent, touching your business every day? Are you having faith in the three-way calls? Are you working on what's between your ears every day? Are you doing personal growth? The answers to these questions, and when you answer them honestly, will tell you what's wrong. Maybe you just need to keep learning so that when the time comes, like I said, you're going to be more and more prepared for that next step. And then the other thing that she said in this book that I really liked, the reasons that people stop sharing, stop working the business, is because they're not coachable. So we've already established that this is a simple system, laughably so. So what we do, we talk to people, we help them get on the products, we help them get their 3 people to share to get them to silver and repeat, right? So this is not rocket science, and anyone, regardless of background or professional or educational pedigree, can learn how to do it. But it requires us to be open to learning this simple system. If someone isn't seeing success, it's almost always because they're not following the system, either because they don't trust it or because they're arrogant enough to think that they can do it faster, stronger, and better. So she came in with a law degree. She had a brief but successful stint as a lawyer and an award-winning PR career. One could argue that I had professional chops and knew how to make things happen. But like so many who come to network marketing, I had zero experience in this gig, and I knew I had to do everything possible to learn. I did what successful members of my upline told me to do. I plugged into the resources of my company, and I became a student of the profession. I did exactly what I was coached to do. And once I learned the basics, I was able to add my own personality, flair, and experience to the mix, but not until I knew what in the world I was doing. So really, really great. This book, if you need to study the business of network marketing, she walks you through step by step by step, as well as so many videos that we have available to us here and in the Pink Powerful training page. And the other thing that I love to refer people to is the 4 Pillars videos. That's a collection of 4 diamonds giving like some really amazing takeaways. And I've listened to it 3 times. Like I just listen to it to keep getting, okay, how else can I put this into practice? You know, it's good reminder. So we can never listen to these things enough. And I think that is a really good thing to keep in the back of our minds too, that it's okay to rewatch stuff. So that's all about application, right? We want to really just take these things, keep them in the back of our mind, put them into practice when it's appropriate, and keep moving forward. So hopefully you got a lot out of this, and I would really love it if we could make tonight not just be about tonight, not just take this information and go brush your teeth and get in bed and, oh, that was a nice call Elizabeth did. But if you've been thinking about some people on your team or some other people that you think could benefit from hearing some of these things that we talked about, then tag them in the recording and kind of share with them why. Hey, I really think you could benefit from this call because, or at least put that in your chat with them. And then also, if you can get in the thread of the posting of the recording and just share what your biggest takeaway was and what you're going to do to change your business moving forward from here. So I would love to see that. I think that it's really important to just follow up with that as an application practice. And yeah, I think that's all. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being on, and have a great night.